Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I haven't done a say what now in a really long time and I miss it. I have been extremely busy with year end and audit, and now that my work schedule has kind of calmed down, I have time to get on live and talk about hot topics, throw my 2 cents out there. So let's have a good time tonight. So there's a few topics I want to discuss, pretty much just give my 2 cents and then move on because I have a lot of videos to do tonight. So I can't get caught up in each one. I got to kind of give it to you and move on to the next video. Hey, Andrew, welcome back. Up first, I don't have a slide for this, but you know the WNBA player that was convicted of marijuana possession over in Russia, Brittany, is it Griner or Garner? I don't watch basketball, so I don't know the lady's name. I'm sorry. But good news, she was released today. She's on a plane. Hopefully, her plane is almost in the US. And they did some kind of transfer of prisoners, US and Russia, and they got her released. And I'm really happy for that. I really didn't touch on that topic because, I don't talk about political things on my channel at all. I work for the government, so I leave all political things, believe what you want to believe, but I'm happy she's home. So do you say congratulations or about time? I don't know what you say, but I'm just really happy she's home. But to the mess I can talk about. Up first, she is going to need a lot of healing, a lot of prayer, and please, news people, give that lady space. Let her enjoy her family, get the therapy and healing that she needs before you get all of her business, want to do interviews and stuff like that. Let that lady rest. But anyway, Nia Long, and I can't say her fiance's name, but it ain't her fiance no more. They have broken up. My 2 cents on this. Nia was just in the media a few days ago talking about how the Celtics could have at least gave her a call and checked on her and checked on her son, since they gonna release all this information to the media. I didn't really feel like this huge organization needed to give you a heads up when your fiance should have never been sticking his penis outside of the home anyway. It wouldn't have been nothing to give a heads up on. But she has left him after 13 years, and I feel like good for you. Because some people will say it ain't shit else better out there. How do you know until you leave and figure it out? I'd rather be stress free and alone than sitting up with this man stressed out, worried about what he doing, who he with, is he using a condom, and not bringing anything back home to me. I'd rather be single than to be stressed. But everyone is different. But I pray for you. I hope, because I don't want to say I'm gonna pray for you, because I'm that would be a lie. That would be a lie. But I do hope, Nia, that you find happiness with someone else or just within yourself. So moving on from that, Wendy Williams. Now, we've had a lot of stories about Wendy Williams and people's financial hardships because their hands are no longer attached to her funds. Now, we all know Wendy Williams is under conservatorship. That means the courts or a court appointed person is in charge of her finances and paying her monthly bills. That's some shit to me. That is some, look, I don't know what exactly is wrong with Wendy. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's a medical thing, but I don't know why someone in her family can't be that court appointed person unless she said, I don't want my family in charge of my money. I don't know. But it's a really sad story. So we saw a few days ago, her ex-husband was crying about his alimony payments. We don't care, sir. Because if you weren't out here slinging your penis all up and down the streets, you would still be married. So you messed up your own bag, sir. But her son, who we know, if you are a Wendy watcher like me, I love Wendy Williams. I know some people don't. I love Wendy Williams. I'm a Wendy Williams fan. We know she loves her son. Her son is in Florida in college she would have taken care of her son. And for the courts to not continue to pay his rent, I think is very sad because that's what she would wanted, what she would have wanted. And I don't think it's outrageous for a parent to assist their child that's in college. Now, if he was 30, 40 years old, still having his mama pay his rent, then I'd be like, sir, go out and get a job. What's wrong with your feet? What's wrong with your hands? But he's a college student. He's trying to get the education so he can go out there and get a job. Now, he was living in this nice $2 million Miami high rise apartment. You know, they say he got evicted because his rent is 7 months past due. I'm assuming the rent is $10,000 a month because he was $70,000 behind. And I know out of all the money that Wendy Williams had or has, she would have paid that $70,000 and she would have paid that rent up. But of course, she got caught up under conservatorship. I don't know why he didn't move out. Like, why didn't he move out? And maybe, like, of all of the family, Wendy says her entire family, her sister, brother, father, cousins, her entire family lives in Miami. Why he couldn't have moved out and moved in with a relative? Like, why rack up that entire expense? I don't know. But for Angie, this is a really sad story. I don't know what Wendy has to do to prove that she can be responsible for her finances again. But I just want the best for Wendy. I hope whatever is going on mentally, she can come out of it sooner than later. Because it's really sad to work that hard to earn million. Like Wendy has, like she's paid, not a little bit, a couple million paid, but millions on top of millions paid. Hey, Mari, it's really sad that the banks and the courts can just come in and say, "Oh, you ain't competent enough. We got the money." Because to me, it seems fraudulent. I want to see the accounting. I want to know who is paying what and where the money is going, because it seems like people probably skimming a little bit off the top. I don't trust it. Wendy has never said anything bad about her sister. Now, the brother, we know they kind of on shaky grounds. The dad might be too old. The son might be too young. But her sister and her niece, she's always spoken highly of her niece and her sister. I don't understand why they couldn't come in and get power of attorney over her finances. And maybe none of this stuff would have happened, but we'll see. Well, we know he's not smart, because if he was smart, he wouldn't have been living off of her all of those years. He would have been doing something of his own. But let's move on to Pastor Jamal Bryant. Jesus have mercy. I have so many thoughts about this subject because I'm not against marijuana. I don't look at people any kind of way that smoke marijuana. I enjoy a good edible from time to time myself. I hope I'm not saying too much online. But anyway, Pastor Jamal Bryant wants to start a weed business. I don't know how to say cannabis. A cannabis. He want to sell weed at the church. He want to grow it. He said we could be teaching the young people about farming, and he says they're legally able to do it. Now, I don't know if he knows something that we don't know about Georgia, but the last time I went to Atlanta, I couldn't get... It wasn't no dispensaries in Atlanta. The last time I went. Look at me tell it on my damn self. Let's move on. My issue, he says, new birth. I want to get his quotes right, but if I misquote, y'all seen the video. Listen to it for yourself. New Birth is one of the churches that has ownership of the most land in Georgia, and he feels like they can utilize the land that the church owns to grow weed, to grow marijuana. And he feels like he will be able to attract Black men to the church by saying, look, it's not even, you ain't even got to do it illegal. You can come over here and grow it for new birth and be legal. And I could teach you about farming and all this kind of stuff. I just don't like the way he said it. Now, on the other side of the coin, I only listened to the clip that the Jasmine brand, as you can see, I got this from the Jasmine brand, uploaded to her site. So maybe he might have said more than that in the interview that I didn't catch, but what I did catch, I'm not in agreement with. And I just want to give my 2 cents. I want to know your 2 cents in the comments or wherever else. And then we could talk from there. I don't mind a discussion. Some people might have a point of view that may change my mind. Now, I was talking to my sister on Instagram, and I could say what she said because it's on Instagram, so it's public. She says she here for it. She says it's a way for the church to bring money into the community, to help out the poor, to pull people off the streets, give them jobs, and to pour money back into the community. I think that is all positive and well. But for me, the church has to have a line. There's a lot of things in America that are legal. Mind you, it ain't legal in Georgia, but it could be coming. He might know something we don't know, like I said. There's what's to stop the church from farming tobacco and making cigarettes? Cigarettes are legal. What's to stop the church from getting some moonshine out in the back, whipping them up some tequila and some rum or whatever kind of liquor people want to drink? Liquor is legal. When I think of church, I don't want to think of legalized marijuana. I feel like it's just a line. We shouldn't, mind you, I don't feel any kind of ways about people who smoke marijuana. I really, trust me, I really don't. But I don't feel like it should be attached to the church's name. That's just me. And I don't like how he says, oh, I'm going to attract young men to the church by letting them grow some weed. Not all young men smoke marijuana. That's not and then I'm just going to shoot from the hip and say what I got to say. And Lord, forgive me if I'm saying something wrong on this man's name. I'm looking at the messenger. When I look at the messenger, I'm not looking at someone who I'm thinking is doing this for the right reasons. Like, to me, I'm more concerned. Look, I know people who have jumped into the legalized marijuana ring. It's very profitable. It is, it's very profitable. And I don't feel like we already have a stigma of the churches taking money from whatever resources and not giving it back to the community in the way we think the churches should be supporting the community. Now, I don't know what they do down there in New Birth. I don't go there. I don't know nothing about it. But I just don't want to see the money sitting up in Giselle Bryant's pocket. Bad, Angie. Bad. That's just what it gives me. It doesn't seem honest. It doesn't seem true. It's not. I really want to know what other people think about it, because I just don't like it. When I think of my church, I don't want to see all the churches popping up with marijuana fields. Because let me just say this, and then I'm gonna end this because I got more reviews to do. Let me say this. Churches are already tax-free. And I'm only going to speak about mega churches because I have attended a few mega churches in my life. And Jamal Bryant is the pastor of a mega church. From my experience, I can't speak for everybody else, from my experience, most of those mega churches, the only people in those churches that seem to be successful and living the mega lifestyle is the pastor. Is the pastor. Do you know how much these mega churches and these communities can really end a lot of BS in their communities by doing what the church is meant to do, which is giving back? I've seen churches turn people away who need help with their light bills, who need help with their rent, who need help with daycare, who need help with after school programs, community centers to pull the youth off of the streets. I don't think you all understand how much money comes through these humongous churches. Now, I've seen smaller churches spend their last dime to help their members and their community and to give back and have nothing left in their bank account. Where these mega churches have millions and millions of tax-free dollars and they aren't willing to give but 2 cents. They look at you like, I can't pay your light bill this month because you're going to be coming right back next month looking for me to pay it again. Now, I'm not saying all, I'm just saying the ones that I have knowledge of. And I don't think it's a good look. I don't think the church should start crossing that line, because at the end of the day, marijuana is still a drug. It still alters your mindset. It gets you high. If you've ever been high, you know what it is. Now, yes, it does have benefits where it helps people with cancer. It helps people in pain. I'm not saying it doesn't have a benefit, but I'm just saying most of the people lighting up their blunts ain't looking for the benefit. They looking just to get high. And I don't think that's what the church should be in business for, is helping people get high. Because if you really want to farm, you could farm anything. You ain't got to just farm weed. But I know weed is very profitable. But that's my 2 cents on the situation. I would love to know what other people think of the situation. I'm not here for it. That's just what I'm going to say. Now, I am willing to hear other sides of the argument. I'm definitely going to post this on my Instagram because I want to hear what other people have to say about it. You want to think that your churches are pure and innocent. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole of how I feel about churches. But we do want to think that. We should want to think that. We do know what goes on behind closed doors. But I think that's all I have to give. That's all I have, and say what now? Now, up next, I'm getting into this new show called Riches, episodes 1 and 2. I'm going to give a quick overview of what I thought about the first 2 episodes and see if you all really want me to start reviewing that show or not. And then, at 7 in 40-something minutes will be Ostella. I cannot wait to talk to you all about the challenge and Survivor. So we definitely going to get into that. No, Andrew, Riches is on Amazon Prime. And I believe they have, I don't know if the season is 6 episodes or they only released the first 6 episodes, but 6 episodes are up on Amazon Prime. And I've only watched the first 2. But up next at 6:30 in 8 minutes, I'm going to get into that. And then 30 minutes after that, I'm going to be right back for Ostella. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to talk to you all about the challenge. I know you ready, Andrew. I know you ready. So I'm about to take a quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes for Riches. If not, I'll see you later for something else. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.